Good evening and welcome everyone. It is GTRC WTCC back at Season 8, Round 1. Currently following one of the new faces in here. Technically is not a new face, he won the first ever GTRC event. Jordan Hogan with E-Team Hard in the Scirocco. Tom Holland in the pink Hyundai Genesis as a privateer this season, since the On the Edge Motorsport team is not longer existing in this. Ridwan Hamza, the Silvia champion, definitely one of the favorites with his FR Racing team in the super fast Subaru. And yes, you see right, Gran is back. Team Spirit in the Mitsubishi Lancer. So this was 3 new faces this season. And here we are with the face we know from last season. This time in the Atenza, last season in the Genesis G70. Tom Lipscomb for Sunset Outrun. The second Scirocco, driven by Lee Duncan, E-Team Hard as well. The first reserve tonight for B&R, it is Alvin Ekström replacing Oscar Gurrea, who went from Team Spirit to B&R. B&R in the G70 this season. Livery looks a bit like the VDE season, VDE livery last season. Then we have Rosario, as well a reserve driver, a bit white here, lawn mowing. Season 6 driver champion Jordan van der Speck in the Suzuki Swift for Helix Racing. And then we have Witchell, the second Team Spirit car. Left some really good impression on his privateer starts last season in Subaru. Let's see what he can do in a Lancer. But one of the guys to watch this season as well. And same for Ruben Serreo. Also a few race wins in the WRX as privateer last season. Now in the main team for Helix Racing in the Swift as well. We haven't seen Sutters. There he is. BMW M4. White through the Viennas. Currently alone, only one who's missing his teammate yet. Beautiful livery on this BMW. And we have seen from Jordan van der Speck in Season 6 that you can win the championship with this car. So let's see what Sutters can do this season. We showed last season with a double victory at Suzuka how quick he is. This guy's with a lot of penalties here. Just a few minutes to the first qualifying of the season. Currently Jordan Hogan the quickest guy in the free practice. think the grid overall is more competitive than ever. We have the best ever GT7 lobbies. So for me, some of the cars, if you're spectating, looks a bit laggy, but as a driver, I can say from a lot of races I did after the update, it is much better. You have races with a full grid without any lags. And this is what we hope to see here again. So as we see currently in the free practice, while we're going to the qualifying, the gaps were pretty short. And we will see who will set the first benchmark this season in the 15-minute qualifying. Grant will be the first one on track. But I think we will see the fastest lap at the end of the session. Followed by his team owner, by Tom Holland. Went out of the pit with quite a big gap. What we will definitely have this season is a new Drivers' Champion, Aaron Shaheen, who dominated last season in the Hyundai Genesis for Helix Racing, is not able to race on a Wednesday due to school situation. So the number one is on no car, and we will see who makes the first step to get it on his car. So the first flying laps of the season are on. Gran followed by Holland. Seems that Holland was a bit wide. Might pick up a penalty. Seems that it was still okay. This could be a penalty for Grant. Yes, there it is, half-second penalty. Leaving the racing line to not block Holland. A little bit of oversteer. The apex a bit. And let's see what will be the first hot lap of the season. Lookout joined. While Holland is now on the main straight, staying close to the pit wall. 138.5. And let's see what Rosario is doing in the WRX. 139.3. Lee Duncan currently P3. Fall back to P4, while Giotto van der Spek was second. Now it's Ruben Serrao who's closest to Ridwan Hamza, who's on provisional pole at the moment. Witchell on P3, backing out to the pits. Ridwan Hamza 37.1, Ruben Serrao 137.6, half a second gap, also half a second between Serrao and his teammate van der Spek. Seems that he's struggling a bit with the car, but 4/10's personal best is a different language. Bit wide here, but not too bad. Might be able to jump van der Spek. Crossing the line. No, stays 1/10 behind him. Back now following Hamza. P1 and P4 at the moment. Hamza is going back to the pits. Van der Spek not on the fast one. So let's see what Sam Siltala is doing in the BNR Genesis. Currently P10, jumped to P3. So his teammate crossing the line, stays on P14. Was on the outlap. Now in the pits. Lockout with a penalty. Should not be able to set a really fast lap. So let's see what Ekström's first flying lap will be. Not letting him pass. Was Siltala's teammate. And Ekström will cross the line at a 38. Time is not shown, but currently is P8 for him. Hamza still on provisional pole. 7 minutes left. Siltala at the moment shown on P2. But there is at least Serrao in between, and I think Witchell is not in between. Witchell is currently third, going on his next flying lap. Serrao stayed in front of Siltala. Let's see what time Gran is doing. Not improving, a second slower than his PB. P5 at the moment. Lap. Penalty for Ekström. Lee Duncan on an outlap too. Will Sutter, I haven't seen him in the qualifying. Usually starting his qualifying a bit late. Personal best was just P9 for him. Doesn't seem to be very happy with the M4. Gran. Holland's still on his outlap, same for Lee Duncan. Sorry on an outlap. And I think Ulakut still has not a single hot lap. Following the leader of the qualifying. Let's see what he can do in the Atenza. To the finish line, crossing the line at 1:39.0. P12 behind his teammate Lipskamp. Hamza improved again. Let's see if Sereo can counter. I can't have a second off. In sector 1. Sorry. Shaky on the exit. But the strong sector is now coming for the Swift, really good in the corners. Light car. Was this in the track limits? Seems that it was. Sector 2 still on course PB, but not something to really bring Hamza into trouble. Only 200. But maybe enough to get a bit of distance between him and currently it is Tom Holland who jumped Siltala. Is improved by 2/10. So Holland currently on P3. Siltala P4 for BNR. Witchell in the first Team Spirit car. Jordan Hogan currently on P6. 7 for the second Team Spirit car. And Lee Duncan on P8. Ekström and Vandersbeck staying in the pits for quite long. Vandersbeck should be around P6, P7. Same for Ekström. And it is 1 minute 20 left on the clock. have Gran who jumped on P2. Found some time in the Lancer. Jumped Sereo. Same for Witchell, who's now on P4. Siltala dropped back to P6. And it is Hamza currently on provisional pole, who's going on his final flying lap. Sereo in the pits, one of the BNR cars backed out too, so no more flying lap for them. Let's see if he's improving in Sector 2. We don't have to be honest. Still nearly 4/10 between him and Gran. A bit right there from Hamza on the exit. 3/10 off, 1.5 tenths. To his personal best in Sector 1 for Gran. Penalty for Witchell. Holland not on the quick one. Lee Duncan. Oh no, it's Jordan Hogan. Sorry. Improving almost a second faster, jumping to P2. Amazing lap in the Scirocco. So I don't think anyone is on a hot lap. But some people in the pits are difficult to say. What we can definitely say is that Ridwan Hamza is on the pole in the WRX, followed by Jordan Hogan, and the race is about to start. So Hamza on pole, Hogan on P2, Grant followed by Sereo, row 2, Witchell, Siltala, row 3, Holland, Vandersbeck, row 4, Ekström and Lee Duncan, row 5, Sutters only on P11, and we follow Ekström at the start. Jump start here by Holland. And you see how much traction the four-wheel drives have. Outside line here for Ekström, trying to attack Sereo. And a big crash there in the back. I think Rosario wanted a bit too much. Almost lost the car and crashed in the front of Vandersbeck. So after the start, Ridwan Hamza is now leading in front of Grant. So the four-wheel drive with the start advantage. Witchell on P3, Hogan in the Scirocco P4, Siltala P5, followed by Sereo, who's currently struggling a bit with the car, Ekström on P7, Rosario P6. And here we have a big fighting group, and Vandersbeck got spun out. We talked about clean racing, and this is what we got. Don't know who it was, but his season is starting like the last one ended, where he got spun out at Suzuka twice. Sereo trying to attack Siltala. And Witchell is under pressure. And the four-wheel drive has so much more power. But Scirocco is better on the brakes. And Witchell has a half-second penalty. And Siltala and Sereo on his rear. You see always on the brakes, but now Siltala take the advantage on the inside line. Overtaking Witchell, trying to do the switchback. Hogan is such a great cameraman in this situation. Now Witchell has to burn his penalty. Hamza already 2 seconds ahead of Grant. 1.5 clear to Hogan. Siltala on the first B&R Cup P4. Witchell now with the penalty. Howard to get a penalty here. Also Ekström might overtake him. Has the overspeed and the inside line. Yes, P6 for Ekström. But Witchell is not giving up. Rosario P8. Then we have Wollacott in the first Sunset Ultra car P9. Lee Duncan P10. Will Sutters P11. Lipscomb P12. Van der Speck trying to make his way back to the midfield on P13, and Tom Holland, who might have been involved in the incident, on P14. And Hamza must have had a big mistake, because Grant is now leading the pack. See Sereo running wide here. So the top five are really sticking close together. Witchell, after the penalty, lost a bit of contact, fought its way back in front of Ekström. And Hamza is back in the lead. Slipstream here for Grant. Goes for the inside, late on the brakes. And he made the move. And now in the next straight, Hamza might get the slipstream. Grant covering the inside line. Tried it around the outside, impossible. Siltala almost crashed into Hogan, who's now on P3. Under pressure here from Sereo. And Hogan lost the car. Don't think there was contact. Drop back to P6. With a 1.6 second gap to Witchell. And Sereo now side by side with Siltala. Inside line here for Siltala. Sereo really aggressive here in the corner. front. Grant is fighting with Hamza for P1, benefiting from the battle of P3, and they are brilliant fast at the moment, to be honest. Can Silvia defend Sereo here in Sector 2? And Mitchell is joining the fight. Hogan, after his run in the wilderness, still a good gap to Ekström, who's under pressure from Woodacott. Lee Duncan on P9, Sutters on P10, setting pressure on Lee Duncan. Rosario on P11. Lipscomb P12, Vander's back. Not able to get really closer. And the first guys are in the pits after 5 laps. With Sutters, Siltala, Witchell, Jordan Hogan and Ekström. And Hamza definitely feeling the pressure here from Grant. Sereo now with a bit of clean air. Is now on personal best lap. This is the way to make the overcut work. Woodacott on P4 currently, while the first guys are in the pits. And so we see Hamza and Grant in the pits. Same for Woodacott. Sereo is staying out. Light car, less fuel wear. Rosario in the pits. Lipscomb can stay another lap out. And we see Witchell fighting with Siltala. This could be good for Sereo, who's still out of track. But Witchell hasn't changed tires. Same for Siltala. Might last long enough. So the gaps shrink because Hamza and Grant lost a bit on tire change. And Sereo now in the pits. Open P7, fresh tires as well. We have a nice fighting group. We have Ekström, Rosario and Sutters fighting side by side. Nice little slip sim race. So Lipscomb getting out of the pits. Overcut worked for Van der Speck. Past him. And on the front, see Soreo on fresh rubbers. Got back to P5 at the pit stops. We have Hamza with a 2-second lead, while Witchell and Gran fighting for P2. So the battle for the podium, absolute hot till the end, I guess. But it seems that the Team Spirit cars can run away a bit from Siltala and Soreo. Soreo making a move on the inside. Got the move done. But now Siltala might counter on the straight. Slipstream at a top speed, but is not trying to make the move. Hogan on P6, stayed on P6 after the pit stop, currently in the middle of nowhere. 5 seconds to Siltala, 5 seconds to Wolacott. His teammate Lee Duncan, great pit stop from him. He's now from P10 to P8. Currently under pressure from Rosario, but Rosario is on a penalty. Really tough move here on the inside from Sutters. Tried it again. And Van der Speck is getting back to the group, and there's still 5 laps left to gain 1 or more positions. Holland, after great qualifying, really struggling with the car at the moment. Hamza 2.5 second clear. Witchell and Grant currently on P2 and 3, but Soreo is getting really close. After he lost Siltala, he now can focus on the podium. Currently he seems a bit faster than the Team Spirit guys. Siltala nearly lost the car. Wolacott is catching to Jordan Hogan, but not enough. Lee Duncan currently quicker than Wolacott. And this might getting tight in the end. While Van der Speck is now on Ekström's rear. Already past Rosario. And now Duncan stays in front. He might get into connection with Sutters. Rosario a bit touchy here with Ekström. Tom Holland catching up to Lipskamp. So Hamza 3.5 seconds clear. And Grant is on a 1 second penalty, and Witchell is really under pressure here from Sereo. And the 1 second penalty on the main straight is absolutely horrible for Grant. He will lose both positions. Might drop out of slipstream range. Yes, he's even out of slipstream range. So this penalty cost a lot. And it seems that he's for now out of the podium battle. Keep an eye on both of them, but looking back in the grid, Siltala currently on a strong P5. Also Jordan Hogan, great P6 for the Scirocco. Interlagos is definitely not a Scirocco track. Woolacode for Sunset Outrun P7 at the moment. Way better start for him in the season than last season. Sutters on P8. Now made the move on Lee Duncan. And Lee Duncan lost the car. And lost another position. Braked on the grass. And dropped back to P10. And Vandersbeck trying to hunt Sutters down. Extra in P11. Started way better, lost a bit of performance in the end. Rosario P12, you could say the same for him. Lipskamp now getting pressure here from Tom Holland while trying to catch Rosario. Sereo on a penalty. This might give Witchell the final advantage and might bring Sereo into trouble because Grant is just 2 seconds behind him. But he's fighting, trying to make the move. Outside line. More top speed here from the Lancer. And Grant is gaining. A little bit of contact here. Witchell trying to cover the inside line. Swift is hard to defend in the corners. But it seems that Witchell got the job done. And Grant is close enough to might take advantage. As he's catching really quick. Slipstream. Swift still leading, searching for top speed. And we are on the final lap. So Witchell pretty secured on P2 at the moment. while Sergio is trying to get his podium back. Oh, great line here, inside line. Better acceleration. And he did it. Back on P3, Ruben Sergio. Vandersback cannot catch up. Sutters, while Ekström got P10 from Lee Duncan here. The rest is sorted. Ridwan Hamza, in the end, never got really in danger. Just one mistake in the first few laps. And it is FR Racing in the WRX who are winning the first Grand Prix of the season. Congratulations. Witchell on P2. Sergio completing the podium. Siltala is shown as fourth because I guess Grant might have had a penalty, so brought back to P5. Wooler could catch Jordan Hogan on the final lap. P6 for him, P7 followed by Will Sutters on P8. Vandersback, great recovery. And Ekström is completing the top 10. Lipscomb P11, Rosario P12, Tom Horton P13 and Lee Duncan P14. So we will see what happens in race 2. Qualifying is starting in the next moments. I will get a quick drink and be back with my voice in a few minutes. So we're back at qualifying for race 2 here at Interlagos. Tom Holland will be the first one to complete his flying lap. Was way better in the qualifying than in the race, unfortunately for him. And 1:38.3. But Grant is immediately countering with the 37.4. Mitchell 38.4, Lipscomb the next one crossing the line. .2. Quite a big gap between the first ones and Woolacott on the hot lap. And Woolacott making his way to the line. Crossing at a 38.5. Sereo jumped on P2. 8 thousandths behind Grant. Both Team Hard cars and Van der Speck still in the pits. Don't know what's the strategy behind it. Now, Team Hard cars going on track. Grant getting fresh rubber. So let's find Hamza, who's now on his first hot lap. Can he jump on P1? Wow, this is really close. Only 200 faster than Grant. So the top three currently separated by 300. Then a bigger gap to Siltala, half a second, 6 tenths down. Can he improve? Yes, he can. 2.5 tenths behind P3 at the moment. Sutters found a way better rhythm. The BMW currently on P4, not P5 because the radio is currently not shown. Tom Holland on P7. Penalty on this lap at the moment. And Woolacott is improving. Good final sector, he get Holland and maybe Sutters. improved, but not much and not enough to gain a position. Ekström currently P9. Lipscomb P10. Lee Duncan is outlap, and Jordan Hogan will now complete his first flying lap. Crossing the line at a 37.4. Now it's shown. Well, Hamza gained a bit more time, so he's now on P2. Jumped Grant and Sereo. Witchell on P5. The top 5 currently separated by 3/10. Siltala P6, Sutters P7, Holland P8, Woolakut, Ekström, Lipscomb, Rosario, Lee Duncan now on his first flying lap. Same for Jordan van der Speck. See how good the time of Lee Duncan is. Had a good pace in the race. In the end, maybe lost a bit of concentration, had a few mistakes in his laps. But we definitely saw the potential. So Duncan is about to complete his lap. .38, maybe a low 39. 39.0, currently P8. Van der Speck crossing the line with a 38.5. P8 at the moment. And race 2 is about to start. Whitman Hamza on pole, Grant on P2, the Scirocco of Jordan Hogan on P3, Ruben Therayo P4, Siltala P5, Witchell P6, Woolakut, Great P7, and Holland on P8. No jump start this time. Again, we see the four-wheel drives benefiting on the good start. So Sereo dropped back to P7. I think one of the hard cars could be Jordan Hogan went wide, and a B&R car cutting the Senna SS. Grant is attacking Hamza. Siltala currently on P3, under pressure from Witchell and Sereo. And Hamza lost the car. Was there contact? Hamza got back on track on P2. And Lee Duncan off track in the barrier, and there must have been an incident for Lipskamp because he's back on P14. Grant took the lead. Siltala now overtook Hamza, and same for Sereo. Maybe Hamza had to burn a penalty. We have 3 wide into the centers. Sereo in the sandwich. Witchell on the outside. Holland is trying to get involved. And Hamza has P3. Holland on P4. Sereo came out on P5. Witchell on P6. Attack from Woolacott here on the outside line. Absolute dive here from Woolacott. Way too late on the brakes. And it seems that Sereo got a penalty from this. A bit of chaos here. Trying to sort it a bit. So currently we have Grant in the lead, followed by Siltala. Hamza is struggling to stay in contact. Grant on P4, Witchell P5, Woolacott P6, Vandersbeck P7, Sutters on P8, Lee Duncan P9, Ekström on P10, Sereo after burning the penalty on P11, Jordan Hogan P12, Rosario P13, and Tom Lipskamp P14. Penalty here for Grant. Penalty for Siltala. Penalty for a lot of penalties here. The only one without a penalty is Hamza at the moment. So he might taking big advantage in the end. Vandersbeck trying to attack Woolacott here on the outside. Sutters is trying to take advantage. Bit rough overtake here from Vandersbeck. Currently on P6, P7 Woolacott, P8 Sutters. Lee Duncan recovered quite well. And Sereo is struggling to keep in contact with Ekström. Has to find back his rhythm. So as expected, Hamza really benefited from all the penalties. Second clear now to Siltala. Grant on another penalty, dropped back to P3. Right in front of his teammate Witchell. And Vandersbeck quitted the lobby. Just saw him on a penalty and lost a few positions. Oh, we have another penalty, 1 second here from Richel. So Tom Holland might take P3. Yes, he did. The penalties are really deadly here at Interlagos. Lee Duncan under pressure here from Will Sutters. Contact here between Sutters and Lee Duncan. And Sereo found his way on the inside of Lee Duncan, trying it off the inside of Sutters too. But Sutters definitely knows how to defend. Side by side now, the inside light for Sereo. Duncan trying to take the inside too. Nice little 3-thumb here. Ekström trying to make it a 4-thumb. But for the moment, Sereo on P7. Richel past Gran. And Woolakert is trying to do the same. But Grant took his position back. Pretty equal on top speed as cars. Grant went wide again, lost the position to Woolakert, and gets the penalty, so there should have been no contact. So after this great first race, Grant is making too many mistakes at the moment. Rosario on P7. And what happened to Siltala? Oh, Siltala already pitted, trying to make the undercut. I was a bit shocked since I didn't saw him on the first sheet. And now Hamza is in the pits too. Like nearly every other guy, Sereo staying out in the Swift. Lipscomb doing an extra lap again. Managing his field quite well. So what's the gap between Hamza and Siltala after the pit stop? About 3.5 seconds. Holland, Richel, other guys following. Woolakert, of course, jumped Grant again after the pit stop, who's now under pressure from Rosario. And Lee Duncan trying to make the move on the inside line with Scirocco against the BMW. Great defense here from Sutters. But I think Lee Duncan is not done yet. Sector 2 is Scirocco land. Duncan trying to make the move on the inside. And rough defense here from Sutters. And Lee Duncan is off track. And now Sutters is under pressure from the next Scirocco. Serrao, after his overcut, found himself on P5, jumped Woolacott, jumped Grant, now trying to hunt Witchell. Siltala currently with a super clean performance on P2. Seems that he's not able to catch Hamza. But from behind there's actually no pressure at the moment. Position change. Serrao now on P4. Yeah, Tom Holland 2.5 second penalty and lost 6.5 seconds in sector 1. So something must have happened. So is there at the moment any fighting we have? Not really the grid is sorted quite well. Oh, here we have Sutters against Jordan Hogan. Hogan inside line. Sutters trying to stay defensive. But this time it seems that the Scirocco has the better end. And it seems that Sutters is currently not able to counter Jordan Hogan. Lee Duncan back on P11, extra in P12. Hamza now 5.5 seconds clear. Siltala lost a second to Witchell. Which seems to be a bit faster than Sereo at the moment. 3 times faster than last lap. Woolacott currently on a good P5. But hunted by Gran. Can definitely not be happy with the race so far. Too much penalties. Otherwise he would be fighting for the podium. Sutter's made his way back in front of Hogan. Must have happened in the Sennas, because there were and Gran is catching Woolacott. Maybe we can see a move from Gran on the main straight. Needs a good exit here. But Woolacott had the better exit. Gran is not gaining. We have 3 laps to go. And Sereo jumped Witchell while we were spectating Gran and Woolacott. If nothing unexpected happens, Hamza should take away the full amount of points, and Siltala is looking like a safe P2 at the moment. The fight for the podium is still intense. You can definitely expect some action here from Woolacott, Grant and Holland. Rosario trying to keep away Sutters, who's still hunted by Jordan and Hogan. Lee Duncan pretty secured on P11. Ekström on P12. And Lipscomb P13. Not the best start for him in the season. And it seems that Witchell cannot follow Sereo. He's gaining on the straights. But to really attack, he has to be closer at this point of the track, because now in sector 2 the Swift definitely has an advantage, and Grant is immediately behind Woolacott. Has the inside line now. This is definitely a push to pass. Unfortunately, this is something that we saw from Grant in previous seasons. Thing is, Woolacott doesn't have to fear Holland, who now has to burn a 1 second penalty. That will drop him back about 2.5 seconds. Can Woolacott counter and get back his P5? Final lap. It seems that the podium is done, but we have the attempt from Woolacott against Grant. Difficult to overtake on the outside line. And Hamza is on the way to his second victory here at Interlagos. Congratulations, 50 points for him. Siltala, great result for him, P2 for BNR. And Thereo with the second podium in the Swift, Witchell P4. And this is definitely a penalty for Grant. Team hard cars going side by side over the finish line, P10 and 11. I think they switched positions on the end. And Ekström on P12, the last one to cross the line. So the first round of the season is done. We have a similar start like last season. Last season it was Aaron Shaheen who won the both openers. And we see you next week. Have a good night. Until next Wednesday.